Get me out of there. Good. Black power, I mean, I don't know what you're doing.
What are we talking about?
There's definitely a difference in your gym shorts here.
What are you talking, bro?
This is Under Armour official.
You look like you about to go to gym class.
You also
bro.
have
I'm definitely gonna give somebody 30 in these.
I'm not gonna hold you like you come with the first.
All right, welcome to episode 1 of Lab Works Podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Malik. This is Morgan. That's Trey. The lab, we believe, is a place to experiment, a place to discover, a place to uncover, and a place to learn. We'd like to welcome our guest today, our first guest, Kristian Shaw, a kid I've known for a long time. I'll just read through some of his accolades before we get right into it. So, County Player of the Year as a junior, All Mid-State junior and senior year, All County 3 years, 10 threes is an in-game record at Beach High School where he played. He has a state appearance, ETSU signee, 1,000-point score, UA Rise standout. Without further ado, we welcome Kristian Shaw.
That walking bucket. So I got the first 2 questions for you, man. One, glad you're here with us. First one would be, so what made you fall in love with the game?
Really, when I was younger, I played baseball, football, and basketball, and then I just ended up choosing basketball. I don't know, it's just fun to me. Like, I was like winning, like just after the game, feeling like championships, all that, like just getting awards and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then, what would you say they got you to this point? Like, was it their early mornings, trainings, your workouts?
I'd definitely say the early mornings with Coach Malik and Coach Malcolm definitely helped me, and then late nights with my friend Tyler Moore, Eli Rice, Caleb Powell, all them, just stay in the gym and work.
I got you.
Mm-hmm. And Kristian, like, staying right there for a second, like, because there's so many people in this area, like younger kids that are watching you. Like, the next up right now, in my opinion, is Osby, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so, Osby was in the gym with us from the time he was little to like where you are now. Like, tell the kids in this area, like, yeah, early mornings, but like, how early were we up? How hard were we working? Like, what did that look like for you in the gym when you were in the gym putting that work in?
My mom was waking me up like 6:30 just to get to the Gallatin Baptist Church. And by 7, we was there probably 2-3 hours. It's hard work, ball handling, finishing, shooting, conditioning. We just pick up at the end, just have a little fun with it. It was just straight hard work, and we did that probably like 4 times a week.
Yeah, and that's also like coming in season, like after practice, before practice, getting in that kind of work. And I think that goes sometimes without saying, especially like, in this area, because we're just now becoming what I consider kind of a mecca of basketball. Like, and I say the whole Nashville area, but in particular Southern County, especially with the state run you guys just had. But I think a lot of times, especially today, like we get caught up in like the outcome versus like seeing behind the scenes, and especially like, that's a credit to you guys in the time that we live in, like you, Tyler, Eli, Caleb Powell, all those guys. Like, y'all don't necessarily post your workouts, you know what I mean? And that's something that I can really respect, because guys of our generation, we didn't necessarily have trainers, but we were in the gym all the time.
Right.
But there was no, like, we didn't have an outlet where we could have put it on, Snapchat or whatever, but like y'all had that. And a lot of people doing this, like, I'm in the gym, look at me, I'm doing my work, but y'all quietly, put your work in. I wanted to, definitely like have you on today, give you your flowers for that, because y'all guys, like, you put in the work for sure.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Now, running back though, you said your mom woke you up, but you said she's a big part of
Oh,
where you're now?
definitely. Yeah. She's a huge part. It was like the things she sacrificed do for me.
Yeah.
She be paying for the trainings, all that. So I was gonna keep this thing rolling and just give her back what she deserved.
I got you. Shout out to moms.
Facts.
Yeah, always
Shout out to moms.
Yeah. And a part of putting in that work nowadays, like a big part of it is like travel ball AAU. What's your take on AAU?
AAU, I mean, it's a huge impact on my life. Like my 16U is when I really start getting looks and stuff. Like me and JJ, we started getting like college interest. And then last year, that's when I got the offer from ETSU, and like back in July. And then I also got hurt, and they still took me because they see like what I can do and stuff.
Yeah, that's love.
Yeah, that's love, sure. And then, yeah, it's just like you could play bad for like one whole game, and then the next game you could play good for 5 minutes as that coach is watching, and then he'll might offer you.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Makes sense.
So speaking on, you said you got injured. How's that recovery going?
It was good. Last year is when I broke my hand, but this year is when I broke my arm real bad. That was March. That was an all-star game. But now it's going good. I'm doing therapy 3 times a week, getting back right before I head up to college or something.
Good. How many months out, you said?
2.
It's very solid.
Now, is the hand and arm same
Oh,
side?
yeah.
Okay.
No.
Oh,
It's
okay.
2 different sides.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and like let's stay there for a minute because it's a lot of just having the opportunity to coach you. You know, of course, we got a lot of stories from travel ball and stuff like that. Just talk about like that game where you broke your hand against the DC team and how you continued to push through and you played and then you played the rest of that weekend. A lot of people don't know that your hand was broke. Like you played with a broken hand the entire weekend and sat down and just did. You couldn't shoot it, but I think what ended up happening for you during the regular season this year, your high school season, was a product of what you did that weekend, right? So like you were defensive player of the year this year, and that weekend, like your best skill, everybody knows you're a dead shooter, and you know you can have a game where you hit 10 threes, but you couldn't do that. So and not being able to do that, you really sat down. You guarded the guy on the other team. He's a 4-star. I think he's on his way to Georgetown. So just talk about too, like, and tell the young ones that are coming behind you, like, it's not all about scoring. Like, you can impact the game in other ways, and just talk about that toughness you showed in that game.
In that game, I had broke my hand like 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and then I came out. It was still hurting and stuff, and then Coach me because like we was down like probably like 10, and we ended up losing that game by 4. He said he needed me, so I went in there, guarded the best player. I couldn't do much with my left arm, but I was still in there shooting, and then I ended up playing 3 more games the rest of that weekend. I ended up having like 15, 12, and like I think like 16 in those last 3 games. And then when I got back home from Indy, that's when I found out I was broke. And then like it's like on offense, like you could be a great scorer, but if you're not playing defense, that's not good. Like because what if you score 50 and then your man have 50? It just really cancel out. Yeah. So I'm saying like you can go have 15 and hold your man to like 6. Like
that's a dub.
Like that's what I would do this season. I had like 10, but people be like, you didn't score that much. I'd be like, but look, like we won the game, and the best player had like 8. Like, so that's just like.
Now I want to touch on though, like mentally, like you knew you was in pain, but you like you said, he needed you. So how'd you get through those like that whole weekend? I mean, that's a broken hand, like that's different.
I just knew my team needed me, and it was a pretty big tournament, and like we had just lost the game before that, I'm pretty sure. So I wasn't trying to lose the same game and like be my fault. But yeah, I had to fight through that.
Yeah, I bet that adrenaline was pumping too. You could hardly even feel it.
Yeah, man, and it was a live period event. So like to be at a live event, that's a couple of things. That's toughness on 2 levels, like you said, Trey. Because I mean, you gotta understand, like I could go out here and have a bad game. So you putting a lot of risk, and especially at the time because you didn't have the offer yet, did you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, no offer yet. So like you don't have the offer from a Division I yet. You got a lot of interest, but you put that on the line. You were like, me sacrificing this for the greater good of the team and going out here and doing something that could have a larger impact besides scoring, like that was huge. Like, that said a lot. I wanted to bring up like probably a couple more stories, but this one in particular, see if you remember. And this was kind of when, not kind of, let me take kind of out of, this is when I knew that you were gonna go as far as you wanted to go. Do you remember when we played We All Can Go, when y'all were in 8th grade over at that little place in Lebanon, and they came in with all the clapping stuff, all the stuff that they do, and we started that game off like 15-0, right? Mm-hmm. We called a timeout, fire hot. They getting beat by all these white boys. They ain't no good, ain't nothing right. They going crazy.
That's what's crazy about travel. They say whatever to you.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's familiar with We All Can Go. I mean, Carlos, they do a great job. They got, Mikey played with them last summer. Got Jalen Jones now that's playing. They played with them and he just signed. Congratulations.
TSU.
Shout out. Yeah, TSU. Yeah. That's big time. But just talk about that moment and what that was like, because y'all was so nervous before the game because that was our first big game that we played together. But just talk about that experience.
Yeah, like We All Can Go. There's a talk of the town, whatever. So they had came in, like to T-Mo was like, bro, why is we playing them? Like I didn't know, like it's crazy. This dude like 7 foot, we all like still 5'11" and stuff. And we come out the game 15-0, like we just playing our game really, because I think they most definitely underestimated us, and just. We start out 15-0. We ended up losing by like 4, but they should have killed us by 30, like on paper. Yeah. And then the thing is that the 7 foot dude who's playing 8th grade. We go watch next tournament. He playing with the juniors. I'm like, what? He playing up.
That's tough.
Yeah, but that was when I like all that whole group, and that wasn't even our best group because we had a bunch of football guys still on that team. Like Josh Williams was still playing with us. Yeah. Shout out to Josh on his way to Bethel, was doing big things too. But we had Josh and some other guys. I think Kenton might have still been with us.
Oh, he was.
Had Kenton, so like we didn't have. It wasn't like we were out there with what we ended up with in our 17U team. So like that was the night I went home and I was calling people on the way home. I was like, yeah, we got a few. We got some heart. We got a couple that's gonna go, because I knew what the skill level was, but you never know what that's gonna be like when the lights are on.
Yeah.
And you know, and I told him like we were nose to nose for the game. I was like, man, if y'all go out there and play scared, y'all gonna have to see me after that, like that kind of thing. And I was like, that's just how I'm built and my makeup. Like, you know, I wanna see what you like in those moments. So. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question real quick though. So what did you see in Kristian when you coaching him?
Yeah, like, and he knows that it's gonna be funny when you said like he was playing on. So we both were with the Upward Stars organization, and he was playing with Tyler's dad the first time. So we got a chance to play. And when I first met Kristian was kind of a spot up guy. Yeah. Like y'all were still playing with Woosley. Chandler Woosley was on the team. He handled the ball a lot, but he was a bucket. Still the same thing. He was still Kristian was still Kristian. He was still knocking down shots. But when we finally linked and started training, the conversation was like, I want to do this for real. That's Kristian to me, like, and to Coach Montgomery. Like, I really want to do this. And we would say, like, if you want to do this, this is what we're going to have to do. So, to his credit, like he was saying, man, we come to workouts, 30 minutes might just be jumping boxes. Yeah. Or on the jump rope, you know, getting it in. And then he's doing it on his own, like sending me video, like, Coach, he's got the weight vest on, running through the neighborhood. But notice I've said all these things, I didn't even talk about shooting the basketball. Yeah. Like, those are the things that are, and for any of those kids who are going to be watching and listen, like, if you're trying to get to the Division I level or you want to be an elite level basketball practice, elite level basketball player, it's what you do outside of practice. And it's what you do when there is no camera and what that looks like. So it's a long-winded answer, but to answer your question, Trey, just all of the intangibles. Yeah. Like, willing to work without having to be told, for sure.
Yeah, that's key. That's key.
That's big.
Yeah. We'll jump into, so, I mean, my next one for you, Kristian, is just kind of like, right now, what are you expecting from your first year at ETSU? Like, that's in the classroom, on campus, new environment, and then also basketball. Like, what are you expecting?
The classroom, I'm going to definitely stay focused. You know, that always comes first, get my grades right. And then we have Zooms every Thursday with ETSU. He talking about the freshmen that come in. We don't need to be great scorers, none of that yet. Just when we go in, guard our man. Like, they already said that I'll get a lot of PT, and then just guard my man, and then just score when the ball comes in the flow of the game, shoot, whatever. But yeah, really, yeah.
Yeah, and that's a great situation because that staff, like having Coach there, and just having who you're gonna be around, and knowing the history of recruiting pros at a high level. Like, he's coached pros, and of course we know that's the ultimate goal. So, I mean, I think that at this point, you've seen it all. Like, we've seen 5 stars. You know what that game was like against Dallas Showtime. We'll touch on that one here in a minute. That's probably the biggest one we were ever in, but you've seen it. Like, that guy was a McDonald's guy, right? So, I mean, you've seen it at all levels. So now it's just, got to tell everybody, basketball is basketball. Speed increases. Guys get a little bigger, but it's basketball, and you know how to play the right way. So, I'm excited to see it. We've talked about it. We definitely,
I think we all are, honestly.
For sure. Yeah. You know, finally, last one that we got for you, and then I do want to circle back around to the Dallas Showtime. Just kind of talk about that environment, that game, all the stuff that went around that. But who you got in the finals?
If Klay Thompson's playing consistent and Draymond is calmed down, I'm going to go with the Warriors, but I want the Celtics to win because Jason Tatum is my second favorite player. And I like to see him get one. But yeah, I don't know. I think the Warriors are just way more experienced in this time. But I won't be surprised if the Celtics win.
Yeah. What are those similarities you see in your game with Jason Tatum, or what are you watching when you watch him? Because y'all similar size. He's a little bigger, but similar. For what we talked about your game, getting to the next level, making those twos, getting into the elbow range, making those. Getting off the ground, shooting a jump shot. Like, what are you watching when you watch Jason Tatum?
Yeah, he's not like super strong like me. I'm not super strong, but if I have a smaller defender on me, like, I'll get down there and post him up, shoot a little fadeaway. Yeah. And then when he's hot, and like he gonna keep shooting till he misses. And I don't know. I feel like that's my game. Like, if I'm on, then I'm gonna be on. And then just really like his like motor, like I don't know. I feel like he just don't stop. Like, I don't know. Like, he's gonna get the ball and go like transitionally. Just go score, just go attack. Like, he wants to win the game that bad. That's how I feel.
Yeah, and he's a pro. Like, I mean, that's what pros look like. I mean, you know, to your point, like, you know, you had that series. What year was that? Maybe 16, 17, where James Harden missed 31 straight in the finals, 31 straight threes. And I mean, that's the thing. And you got over that hump in the last couple of years because you know we have a lot of late night text conversations and then get up and again unseen hours. Go to Welsh and get shots up when you feel like you can shoot the ball well. But those conversations were different your freshman and sophomore year. It was kind of like, I don't think I'm gonna shoot next game, or coach, what should I do? Whereas when you guys said your junior and senior year, it was next shot, and that's what it's got to be. It's got to be next play, and man. Let's before we let you go, let's talk about that Dallas Showtime game a little bit, and that atmosphere. So just to set the stage before I let him kind of talk about that game, it's a UA Ride circuit game. It's the third stop before the championship. The stop is in Dallas.
Okay.
We're playing Dallas Showtime, who is from Dallas. They have a 5-star McDonald's All-American on their team who's playing in that game. They've talked all day because we had started to make a little noise. They can't wait to play us. We can't wait to play them. We get to the court. The court is literally fire marshal.
Yeah.
There's that many people
man.
in the baseline.
That's tough.
Around. This is an AAU game,
Yeah.
mind you, in the middle of the summer. So just talk a little bit about that game, because not only did they have a 5-star point guard, they also have 4 other guys who are at least 3 stars.
Now, this is your junior?
Ahead of last summer.
Last summer.
Last time?
Oh, last summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this dude had just committed to Texas.
That's right.
Literally.
That day.
And all
that's tough.
That day.
And
That's
all
tough.
4 of them coaches is literally sitting right next to his mom. We start, like, he only finished the game with 7 points. So his mom over there talking to our bench.
That's wild.
People had to come pull her away. And then we end up winning. And then he only had 7. The whole coaching staff was there watching him because he just committed that day. I think he may have went on a visit that same day, then committed. Because he trying to be a hometown hero or whatever. Now, he is very good, but he just didn't, like, we shut him down that game. He only had 7 points. And we ended up winning. And then, I don't know, I think that's really what sparked our team, PSB. And then we, like, start going crazy.
Now, mentally, what are you thinking, though? Are you guarding? He's guarding him?
No, JJ
Yeah,
Lee was.
JJ was.
I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with
Yeah,
JJ.
JJ
Hey,
was.
he got you that first play, big dog. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. First play of the game, I'm like, ooh, he finna give us a 50 ball. He came down, pulled back. JJ, now he didn't really get him with the move,
Yeah.
because he didn't recover, but JJ slipped on the floor, so it looked bad.
Okay.
And he
Yeah.
iced the jumper. He
Gotcha.
made the jumper, so like,
So
he's
it's
a
like one of those
5-star.
step on the foot type joints.
It was just like, it looked bad.
Yeah,
And it was all the, exactly,
And
all
but
the fans.
all the people around.
And all their fans, so they going crazy. So I'm like, oh man, we might,
That's how I was
Yeah.
feeling.
It's gonna be one of them games, but like, nah, man, that was another one where I was like, man, now we got dogs.
Because that's the same game that went overtime when Timo had to put
Yeah.
back layup.
Yeah, Timo had to put back layup, and then we ended up winning in overtime. But they had some players.
Yeah.
They had some guys, man. That was a big game. Probably the biggest one we were ever in,
That's what's up.
honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was super sad.
Is that your favorite environment to play in?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah. The B-Mays game that ETSU saw me play in, we was playing against. Well, we was in Gatlinburg, and then B-Mays wanted to play us. I don't think Coach Malik was there.
Was this the one live streamed?
Yeah, this one
I think
live
I've been on
streamed.
this one. Yeah.
I had like the
Gotcha.
first 10. I had 25. I think JJ had like 30, somewhere around there. So
I got you.
yeah, me and him both combined for like 50.
Wasn't Eddie playing that game? Am I thinking on the right?
Who was?
Eddie?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was.
we were missing
Yeah,
some
we had
guys.
like
Okay.
we had like 6 sophomores playing with us. Like we didn't have Eli, we didn't have Jay Miles, we didn't have David, we didn't have our whole team.
Jemias.
Jemias.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we only lost by 3. I mean, BJ Edwards is going to Tennessee. He started like 20, but like we only lost by 3 in Knoxville. So yeah, I mean that was big. And then that next week, that's when ETSU had to Zoom me and offer me.
Nice.
And then yeah.
Solid.
So I let the cat out of the bag. We knew after that game, so they told us they were gonna call you, and the offer was official after that game. They were in contact, but they wanted to do it their way. So I mean that was dope that it played out that way, because it was in East Tennessee.
Yeah.
And it wasn't planned. Like that game wasn't planned. Like Bobby found out we were kind of like an unknown last summer, right? So like people knew that we had guys, but we didn't have any offers yet. And
Yeah.
of course that's the world now. You don't have an offer then.
Yeah.
But so like once our guys started to break through, we went to Gatlinburg and just ran through teams. Beat the kid.
Hansel, the one-arm dude.
Yeah, Hansel.
I seen that dude.
Played him.
Crazy.
Yeah, they
Didn't
got
he
they,
just get an offer
they
from
got us
TSU?
back in the Rise. They got us
Yeah.
back in the Rise event, but we got them in Gatlinburg. We got them in Gatlinburg, and from that we kind of went viral. And like Bobby was like, "Hey, do y'all want to play on the way home?" That turned into something that was a sold out event at a high school, and then they went out there and performed. And like to your point of what you said earlier, like just staying ready.
Yeah.
Like that was probably our 7th game of the weekend.
Yeah.
We played. So like come home on your way home, you playing a big game like that, go out, have the first 10, end up with 25, and do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta, that's a product of the work that you'll put in and all the time that you'll put in. So
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, man, we I couldn't personally, and I know they're the same way because they've been able to follow your journey the last year, Morgan for 2 years. We couldn't be more proud of you, man.
Right.
Like,
Big facts, big facts.
Yeah.
super excited and can't wait to see all that you're gonna do and all that you're gonna be because it's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, for sure.
I think you're definitely a pro.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like, watching you just last year, for sure. Like I feel you have all the tools. You just have to work at it.
Oh, for sure.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You're gonna put that work in. So man,
That's the key. That's really it.
So we're gonna follow up, man. We're
Oh,
gonna we might even come to ETSU and do one.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
that'd be nice.
mid-season and just kind of
in your dorm room.
yeah. Sit down with you and everything.
Because we got Tennessee and LSU this year.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
man.
for real?
Yeah.
Okay, got Tennessee.
Yeah. I think we play Tennessee at ETSU, but we got LSU at
Oh yeah.
LSU.
Oh, okay,
we
bet.
can make that date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So figure that out. I know Jaden. We're gonna have him on soon too. They go play Alabama, so it's like
Oh, bet.
y'all got
Yeah,
some
yeah.
football. So like it's some big games this year with you guys, and it's crazy because like you see that picture of y'all with the Southern Elite
Mhm.
and that whole group of when y'all were like just dogs, like are all going to college or on their way. So
It's
Very
like that
nice.
picture of like Trey Young and
Oh, his
Yeah.
AAU squad.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
like,
cool.
they
That's
showed
cool.
it. Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for sure, man. Well, let's get him out of here. Like I said, man, pleasure to have you.
100%.
For sure.
Yeah.
Can't wait to do it again soon, man.
Yes, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have no shirt under this at all.
Okay, I got on. But you got on gym shorts right now. What are we talking about?
There's definitely a difference in his gym shorts here.
What are you talking, bro?
This is Under Armour official.
You look like you about to go to gym class.
You also
bro.
have-
I'm definitely gonna give somebody 30 in these.
I'm not gonna hold you like you coming to the first period
Like
sweating
I said,
from
whenever y'all, hey,
from the gym.
whenever y'all ready, we can go. So we can get him out of here, bro.
Oh, hey, please.
Perfect.
I don't understand what's wrong with Bears though. Bears,
How old are you, dog?
I'm 26. There's people wear Bears. What are we talking about? Put this in the chat. If you wear Bears, put it in the
They
chat.
probably don't drive.
Probably also wear snapbacks and have tattoos. But anyway,
Not that song.
a jerk too. You're a jerk.
You're a jerk. New boy.
Man, throwback.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with Bears, bro.
Bro, stop talking about it.
Let's get back into it. We definitely want to give a shout out to our sponsor for this episode and all episodes, Unscripted. You can follow them at Unscripted on Instagram.
Big shout out.
Super dope stuff, lifestyle, streetwear. We're going to speak it into existence.
Yeah.
Unscripted athletics. We're going to hit them up about that. We're going to have them on real soon. So
We gotta work together.
we got to do it. It only makes sense. We talked about that before. I mean, we're on the court. They got the dope gear.
Yep.
Kids want to wear it.
Yep.
Let's get Morgan out there in the 5-inch scene.
Yep.
Get him out of these tall tees and long shorts anyway. So,
So if you're chicken legs, you
Yeah.
gotta go.
And no, he's solid though.
man, whatever you got to do. But like I said, one time for Unscripted.
Yeah.
That's our
Big
sponsor
salute,
for
big
this
salute.
episode and all shows. So,
Appreciate y'all for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, super shout out to them. Without further ado, too, we'll just get right into it, man. Trey, let's just talk about your approach and your basketball philosophy.
Yeah.
And just overall life philosophy, too, because obviously we know we're working with FCA here at NDLA Peninsula Church, and that's going to be a part of what we do. So just your philosophy on what that is.
So I'll start with my life philosophy. So I'm big on take every day, one day at a time, pretty much. So like you build each day off of yesterday, kind of thing. So get 1% better, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
And that's how I go with my basketball. So we come in. Let's say we come in and work on shooting. You see that you work on your offhand. So you need to go home, do your homework, come back, get 1% better on your offhand.
Yeah.
So that's how I think basketball and life are intertwined. So you can apply each one to each bigger one. So that's how I look at everything, really.
Yeah, I mean, and that's really what I've built my now, and I hate to date myself and sound old, like 12 years of being in basketball coaching, and in some capacity is how much basketball and life run parallel, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I think my life's purpose is now about to be, not that I haven't been living it out, but it's a perfect marriage between FCA, NDLA Peninsula, you two guys, and I was thinking about this the other day, and I'll tell y'all something that'll blow y'all's mind about each of y'all that just kind of connects us together. But just having the ability in basketball to help mold young minds that are beyond, because it's beyond like this 17 that we're running.
Yep.
It's about, can I push through when I don't feel good and I got to get up and go to work,
Right,
right?
adversity.
You know, that's the word. So like, how do I push through, especially in this generation? Like, the first little bit of adversity, a parent will make a physical move
Right.
to another part of town or city for a kid to go play somewhere else. And you know, no, no right or wrong, whatever. You know, it works out in certain situations. We know kids they worked out for this year, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
But they were in a different circumstance. Like that was something we know behind the scenes. But just getting back to what you were saying, I think that the idea of getting better each day is applicable on the basketball court and in life. And just real quick, Morgan, before I let you tell your philosophy, because Trey's ours pretty much mirror. Like, it's crazy to me to think about in my first year coaching basketball, right? So this is gonna blow y'all's mind too. My first year coaching basketball, I coached your little brother, and I coached Morgan in the same year.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just thinking about that when I got back. My first year in the
That
town.
is wild.
That is wild.
My first year back in the town.
That ain't even.
Yeah. So at the freshman level, I had Jaquin, and then at the varsity level, Morgan was on that team. So it's like it's just crazy
That's
that
tough.
now.
That's two headaches though. That's two headaches.
No,
They
was smooth. Super smooth.
PG ones. Very much prototype PG ones. It taught me a lot as a young coach.
Yeah.
Being able to work with those different personalities because Morgan is
Strong
was an
personalities.
outstanding basketball players at that too. But they have strong opinions and knew the game. So being able to coming back as a 22-year-old and I'm not that far removed. I mean. Everybody on your team knows me as Malik.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then Jaquin and them, I'm just far enough removed, but then you got 90, you throw it to the mix of all of that and how he's working through. But I just thought that was crazy, and I was thinking, like, we're all doing this
I
together.
never even put that together.
And connected.
I didn't even think of that.
It just came to my mind the other day. But yeah, Morgan, your philosophy, like, tell them.
My coaching philosophy and kind of just like basketball in general is a couple things. One is all gas, no brakes. So to play a part, the second part to that is I don't care if you make a mistake as long as you go 120%. Because that was big for me. Like first playing, I couldn't do anything offensively, but I could hustle up and down the floor. I could play defense. I could communicate.
Yeah.
So if you can do that, I mean, next, I'd rather have to dial you back than try to have to get you going.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. So I don't mind a mistake, but as long as I know that you're putting everything you have on the floor, all gas, no brakes. I'm completely fine with that.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of how I go about it.
Perfect time to say turn to burn.
You beat me to it, bro.
Yeah.
So you say gas and brakes, like turn and burn.
Turn and burn, baby.
I don't think
Y'all don't even be using it right though.
But what's wild, the U26, they turned to that like the 70s. Like that's wild to me. But it's
Nah,
cool.
it definitely sounds like something somebody with cloth shorts.
With the striped socks.
Yeah,
What you say,
striped
Herman
socks
Bull?
with their shirts.
Converse?
Yeah, Herman Bull, 100%. Yeah. What is water?
You get the shirt.
What is water? Water is washing blood off my uniform.
Yeah.
And you don't get no blood on my uniform.
That's you. Yeah, these girls in here running 25 seconds drills the other day in a workout. It's just wild stuff.
You don't want to get in shape. You can't. I had a client. You can't play this game out of shape though.
100%.
No, I feel you.
If it's taking 2 trips and you're gassed,
Yeah, that's bad.
it's tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
Like when that fourth quarter hits, everybody's legs go.
Yeah.
So what are you doing to put yourself ahead? So I was speaking before. That's why I don't touch a ball the first 30 minutes of practice, because once those legs hit, it's just like we're just now catching our second wind, and now we can actually start to pull ahead.
Do you literally mean 30 minutes?
What do
Like
you
you're 30 minutes without a basketball?
Roughly. But okay, so I tell them, you do it right, you do it light. So if I know you're giving,
Hey man,
100%,
hey, we're not breezing past that. You're going to have to cut out the
You
1976.
do it
rules.
right,
Like,
you do it light.
and if you do it wrong, we're running all day long. That's just how it goes. Like, I'm sorry. It worked though. It really worked. Cause
in
like
the 60s, what are you talking about?
we was getting waxed by like 20, and then I implemented this system. We won a chip the next week. Like literally.
But that's the same teams or is that different teams?
No, same. I had the same squad.
Oh no, y'all playing the same like color
Yeah, I mean-
competition.
Yeah, for the most part, same tournaments.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna hold you. I can't lie. Like they
work.
definitely, they turn it around. Like
Yeah,
and I literally have had people talk about his teams and what they look like the first 2 weekends versus what they look like now. So I'm giving you a hard time. You're saying some very old stuff. It sounds like you're 76. But
for sure.
you do a great job in that. So just staying with you, Morgan. Like let's talk a little bit about this. Has been our first episode. Let's talk a little bit about our background too.
Okay.
And that's just obviously basketball, but in life as well. Like just a little bit about how you came up, where you're from, and what shaped you into what we do now.
Man, so I was originally born in Atlanta, Jonesboro.
That's not Atlanta.
Southside.
I know that.
Southside, yeah. And then moved up here about 03. Never played Little League, never played travel ball. Didn't touch it like a basketball until about 6th grade-ish. I remember I was at Benny Bills and we was in PE, and we had this like free throw line shooting game. We would all be in a line in the slots. You'd have to run, pick up a ball, and shoot a shot. It was pretty basically gotcha.
Okay.
But you had two lines. You was running up, get the ball. You shot. You had the first one to make it goes back to the other line. The one that didn't make it goes up. But I remember the ball went to the sideline corner, and I just got it and just hoisted it up, and it was just a swish. And that feeling of it going in, I was like, "Yo, that was it."
Yeah.
And then 6th grade came. Just was all over the place. Never played little league, so I just hit the ground running, and then. Really, I played at the park against like grown-ups. So that's what really shaped my mindset towards the game. So get fouled, you don't get picked up, boom. But once you start to like make shots or kind of get used to some of the guys and how they play, it would always be fun. I could kind of tell how I was progressing when they'd be like, first of all, when you get picked up and they'd be like, yeah, I got Lil Dude.
Yeah.
Like Lil Dude was my name for like 5 summers.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, yeah, just putting in the work in the gym, I would say I didn't start to become a player, like a legit kind of, player that you would have to put on the scouting report until maybe going into my sophomore year. I think that's when I cut out like all the fun, like all the extracurricular like bonfires and all this other stuff, and really just went to the gym and locked in. And then that's where I could really see my game go to the next level.
I got you.
And then building upon that, I was able to go play JUCO at Ball State. Once I graduated, got into the coaching not too far after. Last year was actually my first year, so this will be my second year coaching. We got a great group of guys at Hume Fogg in Nashville, heading up to freshmen and assistant varsity. So we're gonna get those guys right. They have a real chance of winning a lot of games, go deep in the district, possibly win and region. So they finished third 3 years in a row, lost in the semifinals 3 years in a row. So we're gonna get over that hump this year.
Yeah.
That's dope.
And I know I mess with you all the time, man, but I'm like real talk, like super proud of you.
Yeah.
And your progression and everything, how you just like, it's always fun to like. I was just telling Mr. Yarbrough the other day, who was the trainer at Station Camp. He was my trainer when I was at Galveston.
Shout out
High School.
Yarbrough.
Yeah. Shout out to Yarbrough. Yeah, get you back right. But just telling him like it's got to be surreal for him to be like watching me. And then now I'm getting the chance to watch you, and then it just keeps going. Like it goes and it goes and it goes. But like just to be able to see that process and see your process where you're at has been amazing. So Trey. Just,
so mine's a little bit from his. So I been born here in Gallatin, born and raised. I didn't really play with toys. Off the jump, I played with balls, basketball, soccer, anything. So like I played basketball, football, baseball. I didn't really fall in love with basketball probably till like 6th grade because I was still playing all the other sports. But what helped me, I guess, fall in love with basketball was travel ball. So my first year playing travel ball, for basketball at least, was 6th grade. So I played that. Really, I mean, that, and then high school, I didn't really get picked up. But then when I went to Cumberland, I kind of like did with the practice squad. And then ETSU, I kind of helped out with them. I didn't do as much. But that's really mine. And then I moved to Florida, coached travel ball for 2 years. And then now I'm here doing trainings and all that. So
nice.
I've been coaching probably 3 years, but playing since I was 5. So
solid. Very solid.
And I can remember watching you at the Civic Center.
Yeah.
Just how life goes full circle, just being out there because I was going back and starting to do my thing. And like I think I always knew at some point I was going to coach, right? So like I think when you play that position, like more you can speak to that too. And then Trey, playing the point guard, like you're an extension of that already while you're playing on the court. So it's like that transition. I never knew exactly what it was going to look like because for a long time I thought it was playing for a long time until I got hurt. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, what's next? And that year that I got hurt and had a chance to sit on the bench with Coach Montgomery at Columbia State, it was like, this might be it. Yeah. Like this might be, this might be my niche and what I'm supposed to do. And then again, just how life will come full circle. Like Coach Montgomery, that's somebody I grew up watching play in high school. Yeah. Right. So I can remember his teams, and that's the last team. Well, actually, I think maybe Anthony Woodard's team did it that same year. They went undefeated in the district. No, they won the district.
Yeah. So that was my sophomore year.
Right. Won the district.
2010.
Coach Montgomery, they were the first team to go undefeated in the district.
Oh, that's tough.
And they were fun to watch, man. So like being able to just soak up all that knowledge from him, and then figure out my situation and him helping me along the way in my 12 years of coaching has been, it's just, I mean, to get to this point where we are now, it's like surreal. Like sitting even in this space.
It's still unreal,
where we can look out and see a court that we now run and have an opportunity to run leagues and help that next generation the way that we see it, you know, how it's gonna go. So I mean, it's all exciting right now.
Which is crazy for me because before I moved, I would see y'all two in passing. We would say what's up, whatever. But
Yeah.
never thought we'd be right
Yeah,
here.
facts.
Never
So,
thought we'd
man,
be-
somebody told me, it's like, man, I can see you, like, speaking to myself, it's like, man, I can see you coach. And I was like, nah, man, that's not me. I'm still playing, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like when you're in it, you're like, man, this ain't gonna never end.
Yeah.
But then when it does, like, I thought, they said it would be tough. Like, if you was a player and you had some sort of kind of success, it's kind of tough because now it's just kind of like hands off. Like, you can't really impact the game. You have to just be able to put people in the position to make those plays. But I mean, I love it because it just keeps me in the gym, keeps me around the game. Because when you get out, stop playing, graduate or what have you, you kind of just chilling. Like, man, you still got that burning feeling to kind of get back out there.
Right.
But coaching has like been like a godsend.
Yeah.
So
I actually get way more nervous coaching than I ever did.
Same.
playing.
man, yeah,
I
it's
can't
wild.
I have no impact like you do. We tell them
Yeah,
You do,
but you
but-
can't go out there and
And put the
especially-
ball in the basket. You
Exactly,
know, yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, it's
Or
tough.
put it in the right hands. So we
Yeah.
take it out of
Yeah.
point guard. You immediately talk about putting it in the basket.
Facts, you
But
too,
get
right.
it to
It's the same thing.
Get it
Same
to
thing.
yeah. You're right. You're right. Ultimately, it's making the right play.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
right play is sometimes for you to shoot. So, man, let's switch gears again. Let's talk a little music.
Okay.
Let's get
I like
into
it. I like it.
Yeah. So, album of the year. Who y'all got?
I got cold.
Okay. So
Off-season.
I fact checked you.
What's up?
And I didn't want to tell you that in pre-production because I wanted to mess with you. That came out in 21.
Really?
I was
The top of 21 at that because I had to go home
Early.
and check. It was March 14th
Yeah.
of 21.
Okay.
And I was like,
still bumping it like it's
but
brand new.
But it does feel like because when you said that, I was like, is it Cole or is it Kendrick? And then I started doing my research and I was like, that Cole dropped the top of 21.
Yeah.
It's
the
still
third month of
fire.
21.
It's still fire. It's still. Okay. Well, man, that takes out my other honorable
Wait,
mention.
let me ask you this first: is it
What's up?
fire because there's so many basketball references in it,
Kind-
or is it
I mean-
fire because it's just? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but okay, so Cole is a basketball reference, even all the way back to the warm up,
She's saying,
to
yeah,
Friday Night Lights.
yeah.
Like his whole discography is basketball. If you
Right.
think about
Yeah.
it, so it's just been heat.
Okay.
But one, I guess this probably dropped in 2021 too. But it was Corday. That was gonna be my honorable mention.
I have to check Corday.
Bird's Eye
Yeah.
View.
Yeah.
That was solid.
No, I mean it's fire, but
Yeah.
I would have to check and see if it was the top of this year
Yeah.
or if it was last year. But
Yeah.
the Corday, I like Corday a lot.
Yeah,
like he's the
super
same
solid.
thing, kind of the same vein as Cole for me. Like they both.
Oh no, that was January 14th.
So it was this year?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
so-
So I was bumping that today actually.
Yeah. So
So,
Corday, like
You guys saying Corday?
Yeah, that's my.
I'm not saying Corday.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
my-
saying
that's
like
my opinion.
I'm saying I agree that the album was fire, but that's
Yeah.
not. He wouldn't.
Well,
he didn't make
the album of the year for me was Cole, but that came out last year,
Yeah,
so
okay.
that would be my.
I
That was gonna be my
also
honorable
cheated
mention.
here. We said album of the year. Y'all probably only went hip hop. I have a R&B
R&B
album
joint?
in my top 3.
Who
So
is it? Is it from her?
Blast.
Oh, Blast,
Yeah, familiar
fire.
with-
I haven't heard the album, but I know you're talking
BLXST,
about. Okay.
Yep.
Hey,
Super fire.
Hey man, like
I
he's,
actually remember listening like all the way through. Easy listen.
yeah, and I don't
Yeah.
even know that I could call what he does R&B. To be honest, I think
Yeah.
he's just a dope artist.
I don't
Because-
really see you as an R&B guy. Though,
Yeah,
so
it's very melodic, but he's like he puts a lot of bars
That's a
in
good
there
pick.
too.
That's a very
So it's
good
like I can. It's an offshoot of what Future is trying to do. Like it sound like
No, I should say.
you know what I'm saying? Like it's a better. It
Sure.
comes off to your ear
Easier.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
very much
Yeah,
easier
yeah.
on your ear
Yeah.
than what you would with there. But yeah, that was one of mine. And
Yeah.
then I had Benny the Butcher. We kind of talked about that one yesterday.
Yeah.
Tenor Talk 4, and then of course Pusha T.
Yeah, no.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
So have you heard Kendrick's though?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
sure.
listened to it.
What'd you think about it?
It's a lot to unpack, man.
It is a lot to
it's
unpack.
it's a
I
lot
think
to-
that's why for me it's album. You can literally listen to it and you find something new
Every time.
Every time.
Yeah.
I do that. I was listening to Good Kid, Mad City, and I was like, haha. Like just like little stuff like
Yeah.
that when they go to a bar hiss and it's like, oh man,
Yeah, so
that's
it's,
tough.
It's a new thing every time I feel like. So it's
Right.
like
Yeah.
a new album each time. A new song kind of. Each
I
time
got
you
you.
listen to it, yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, it's Kendrick.
And he unpacked some heavy topics on there
Man.
too. Like doesn't I
Even
don't
when
know.
that video dropped,
Yeah.
for that visual,
Yeah.
I was like, because like I listened to it and I was like, okay, yeah, fire. But when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is like next level fire. This is like Blue Flame fire.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, is there another, like, while we're talking about K-Dot, is there another artist that can get away with, because that album is politically incorrect. And you can't, like, they're very, like, I can't think of anybody else that would get away with the way, even the language that he used.
I don't think so. Cause think nobody really hangs on other artists' words like we do Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah,
get
that's
Kendrick,
true.
you're like, okay, what is he really saying?
Yeah.
Like Drake put out an album, you be like, okay,
Surface level.
Yeah, he just talking.
It's gonna be some nice Instagram captions.
Definitely gonna be some
No,
captions.
really, yeah.
Yeah.
But then like Kendrick, you like, okay, what is he really talking about?
Exactly.
So I don't.
The
I don't-
substance within it.
Yeah, I don't think so. At least not yet.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always something new, but I don't think so yet.
Right. Yeah, of the major artists for sure. Like when you think about it, I don't think there's anybody else that can tackle. Maybe they tackle the top. They can't use the words.
Yeah.
It's not as impactful.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, I can't be mad at any of those. I mean, I think those are all solid.
You definitely
picks.
came with some that I didn't think of though.
Yeah, Blast was solid.
Yeah.
Blast was solid because I actually do remember listening to that, and
Yeah.
that was actually really, really good.
Y'all learn. I'm sneaky like that.
Yeah, because I mean, you're right. Because when you hear album music, you don't think anything else. You think of straight hip hop. So I
Yeah.
mean, most people I'd say.
Yeah.
So yeah, you came with some different ones. So now I'm gonna go back and look. Like, wait a
Big
minute.
facts.
Yeah. It's some stuff that came out, and like I've turned into kind of a emo R&B guy. Like I know you wouldn't get that from me, but
Yeah.
but going to find
That's very light skin of you.
it is a whole lot of but going in because I have like I don't know, it's like kind of that urge of I'm a blog era kid.
Yeah.
Like, y'all always still been in like middle school, high
So
school,
you
but like
remember
in
like
college,
5 mics.
yeah,
back
even
then?
it still physical magazines. Like I have to this day the Freshman XL from 2010, which I think is the greatest class of all time. That's Cole, that's
Yo,
Nipsey.
you're right.
I'll bring in. I have the physical copy of the
Yeah,
magazine.
that
I'll
was-
bring it in. But like
that was-
you had Wale is on that list.
Yup,
But you
yup.
come in
Wale
and
is super good.
you look at all of those guys and like when I say blogs, like people were literally like the reporters and stuff like you
And
going to
just-
try to go
yeah.
check blogs
Yeah.
and see, or you had to go to blogs to see like Wale was a sneakerhead way before Instagram
And
all
also
these
some of
people
his
and stuff.
mixtapes, he was on that WWE joint way before like it really just
He's
like
been
skyrocketed.
he's been into wrestling. Like all of this stuff now is kind of becoming popular because you have an outlet to put it on.
Yeah.
You had to go search for that stuff on blogs.
Yeah.
So like I say that to say like getting back to my point with Blast and like other emo R&B artists, like I'm always searching for who is somebody that everybody's not listening to.
So do you listen to Young Blue
Let me find it. I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did.
or Blue? I'm not sure.
Yeah. I know you're talking.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
it's Young, maybe it's Blue, but I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this: since you're on blogs, do you think that takes out the excitement of finding stuff? Because it's easier now to find it, obviously.
Right. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Because like now, I'll be honest. Like when I find somebody, it's like somebody else already found them, but I'm seeing them before the masses see them.
Facts.
Like because I'll go search like stuff on Twitter and just
Yeah.
go through like some people who still are very heavy in like independent artists
Yeah.
or up and coming artists, and I want to like let me listen. Like perfect example. I can remember when Wiz was indie, and like just then also the 2-month transition into when like Facebook really jumped off.
Yeah.
People really got on Twitter, and he just
Yeah.
shot out of here, and it was like it turned into something that wasn't his mixtapes.
Yeah.
But like man, his mixtapes in that summer of 09 with Kristian Orange
Yeah.
Juice, that mixtape
Oh,
like
man.
I feel like
man.
that's the same with Chance the Rapper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've found him before I found Wiz, honestly.
Yeah.
And I was like, this sounds totally different. What is this?
Right.
And so yeah.
His is the most spoken word esque music I've ever like listened to.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that comes from his
more,
background.
Yeah, he's more like I'd say like a quieter Kendrick. Same way. It's just more. There's more.
I
to
feel,
it,
but
like,
Kendrick isn't as much spoken wordsy though. Like
you don't think so?
I feel like Chance the Rapper literally writes poems and puts them
I see
on
what you're
wax.
saying.
Over music.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
Over
That's
instrumentation.
what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not mad at that. So let's stay in that vein. Let's talk. What's on your current workout playlist? Or just give me. I tell you what. Let's make it easy. Give me 3 or 4 songs that's like right now when you before workout, maybe you're training a kid or you're going to work out yourself. What are you listening to get yourself going?
Let's see.
Like a song or like an artist?
Whatever. It's
Okay.
like what are you listening to?
I'll
right
scroll
now?
through right here. The
It
first
can even be. I know what you. I mean, it could even be ET. I know. I see you.
I do
you're
listen
heavy
to
on
a
ET,
lot of
like
ET.
what you're doing. So,
yeah,
but go ahead. Yeah.
Big shout out to ET,
Yeah.
for sure. But the first song just on the playlist is "Hola Hola Hola" from Dolph.
Yeah.
That's like immediately, and then I have Migos on here. Let me see.
A specific Migos or just the Migos?
I have Stir Fry on here, Straightening, Road Runner.
Okay.
I do have some Kendrick on here from Life of Pablo.
Okay.
So I have Part 2 and No More Parties in LA. I do have some Drake on here, Travis Scott, Future.
So you mentioned you had Kanye.
Yeah.
Like a pop. I thought you said Kendrick.
Yeah, you said Kendrick, but you been Kanye.
Oh, I definitely, yeah. I think I did.
I didn't want to. They were
My fault,
going
my
to keep in the comments.
Yeah, my
I
fault.
didn't want
Honestly,
that
I just saw the K right here under
I
the
didn't want that
words.
to happen to you.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Relax on the comments. But yeah, I got some Lil Baby in here, Gunner, and I got Rookie of the Year with Moneybagg Yo.
Okay.
To cap it.
All right. See, I got a lot of Migos.
Yeah.
The latest album. I
Okay.
got somebody called what's his name?
Culture 2.
Culture
Dusty,
3?
yeah.
Culture 3, right?
Three,
Culture
yeah.
3,
Yeah.
Dusty Locane. Have you heard of him?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he sounds just like Pop Smoke.
Oh man.
Literally.
Okay.
But I think they're in the same like kind of group.
Oh,
Gotcha.
So I got
gotcha.
him.
So he's
Yeah,
New
and
York
Pop Smoke.
drill. New York drill.
100%, yeah.
Okay.
I think they're actually from the same neighborhood. Honestly,
Gotcha.
too.
Oh, man.
Gotcha.
So I got him. I got Pop. I got J. Cole, of course. I got some of the Baby. I'm a big Lil Baby, so I got a lot of
Yeah,
him.
I got a Lil Baby.
and then there's like kind of like slow it down. I got Rod Wave on there.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
I like Rod. I like
Yeah.
Rod a lot. They put me on Rod. Kristian and them did probably like 2 summers ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a couple songs I listen to all the time. Counting
Yeah.
Steps.
Yeah.
It's probably any genre. That's probably one of my favorite songs of all time. I know
Yeah.
that sounds crazy, but Counting Steps. I don't know. It's just something in there like it's just so motivational
Yeah.
and the way it goes. And then
Yeah.
the same thing with The Greatest. With
Yeah, that's
Rod
what
Wave.
I'm-
Like those are
Yeah.
songs I can listen to every day. But my current, like what I'm listening to currently is, and this one will never change for me. It'll be on my list for life. Is Jay-Z, Where I'm From.
It's a good one.
That gets me going, and then I always throw in a little gospel. I got Timothy Wright, Trouble Don't Last Always. That's just one of those. It's like you put it on at a revival. You put it on
Yeah.
at a certain, like they're gonna sing that song for 10 minutes,
Right.
And everybody's gonna be into
No,
it
100%. You're
for 10 minutes. And then I got Pimp C coming up. I'm dating myself with some of these, but y'all will go listen to
Yeah,
it. That'll
Pimp
be
C
one
solid, though.
that
Pimp
you,
C
had
solid.
like that one in particular. It was kind of an underground song, but it'll get you going.
Nah,
Then Pusha T, Rock and Roll. That's off the latest album.
Okay, yeah.
Pusha T, Neck and Wrist. That's with him and Hov.
Yo.
That's off the latest one. And then Benny the Butcher, Tyson versus Ali. He's got Conway on that one too.
Yo,
It's him
okay.
and Conway
Yo.
going back and
Let me
forth. And
Yeah.
right now, like as far as hip hop goes, like groups, Griselda is probably my favorite group.
Word.
Like I think bar for bar, like it's just nobody. Like we just talking about straight up rapping.
Yeah.
Like, it's nobody. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Another group, like they're not gonna have the songs that come on the radio, but we're just talking raw, boom bap,
Yeah.
Yeah.
rap. Like they,
I think that's where I'm at now. I'm more of finding stuff that's not gonna be on the radio.
yeah.
That's how I'm at now. Cause like before I was thinking like, oh that's cool. Let me get that off and then get off the radio. But now I'm like, it's not on the radio. Nobody can hear it. I can like put somebody on.
Well, now it's streaming though. It's playlists now, so it's not
Right.
really
You
the
can
radio.
curate your own playlist
Yeah.
or go to what you want to. So staying in that, like, what do you like? Are you listening to the radio? Like, do you listen to?
I have not listened to the radio probably in like
to be
3 years.
Not even that. So ever since I got an iPhone and Apple Music,
Yeah.
I've just been plugging ever since then.
Yeah.
It's almost like so crazy. Like it's weird for me when the radio is on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I get in, with
I do
somebody-
listen to sports radio sometimes. I will say that.
You still gonna stream that?
Yeah, why would you not?
Sometimes, I
Yeah.
mean, sometimes, but if honestly, if I'm trying to save battery, I'll just throw it on there. But yeah, that's
a lot
that's
of questions
only thing.
beyond how you can't still stream and charge your phone. But
I was gonna say,
but we'll like
sometimes you forget your cord. You know what I'm
you
saying?
don't stay in the car.
No. I mean, I'm not
Bro,
gonna buy
I got a cord from my
every time
car.
I'm
I got
using
a cord from my room. I got a cord from my living room.
Well, one of my cords is a Thunderbolt cable on it. It's a C port on the other end of the actual Apple Jack. So it won't just plug in. You know what I'm saying? I guess not. You don't know what I'm saying.
okay, Quinn Snyder.
These guys.
Quinn Snyder. Give me what
That's
do you-
C4, yo. I mean, I'm sorry.
It don't plug into the regular
Where you get that at
USB.
the gas station?
No, actually, it's from my Apple, my MacBook.
That's cap.
No.
It literally came with my phone. It literally came with
it's
my phone.
It's a couple of places and people and products that we are not going to lie on. Apple is
cannot
at the top
lie
of
on
the
Apple.
list.
So you're
Apple's
telling
at
me
the top
I
of the
didn't
list.
open my
We're
box
not doing
and
that.
get a cord with a C port on
That's
it?
exactly what I'm telling you. Exactly what I'm telling you. And it goes in your Mac and it has a C
Yes.
port.
Yes. Do I need to? Okay, I will bring my MacBook and I want $5.
I want you to go home, check the box, make sure Apple is spelled right.
Okay.
There's no
I want
way.
$5 from both of you
Yeah,
when I bring my
sounds
laptop
like you
in.
may have got that from somebody who comes in the barbershop. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I got,
And
I got
actually-
some,
and actually
I got,
my
yeah,
MacBook-
I got anything y'all needed.
Right.
Sound like
And my
somebody-
MacBook.
25, dog.
My-
Dog, 25.
My
For the
MacBook
MacBook.
actually only has a C port. Like it doesn't have an actual USB cable. Like
You gotta-
there's only 2 seaports in it.
Okay.
That man got a MacBook with 1.0.
Okay. Okay. I want $5 from both of you.
You gonna get it? But what are you gonna get from you? $5 from you?
Nothing. Just a high five. Because y'all gonna be proven wrong. So.
It's a bet. I didn't even have it. What you asked? Who you asked about?
Quinn Snyder, you was talking about the seaport. We was already moving on.
It's hard to. What we got to?
Yeah, Quinn Snyder, man. What y'all think? What's going on in Utah? What really happened in Utah, like behind the scenes? What do y'all think is going on?
Me personally, I feel like there were expectations to go deeper in the playoffs, and it didn't happen. I think that's literally just as simple as that. Like
They were number 1 going in this year? Well, they were 1 seed? That was 1 seed
I'm not
last
sure.
year, right?
There was
were 2
top
seed.
3 at least.
There were 2 seeds.
Yeah.
So they were 2 seed
Yeah.
going in. So 2
I-
seed first round?
Yeah, I just feel like they thought they had I think they had Spider. They thought he was gonna carry him, and then had Gobert down low, kind of being that rim protector, and it kind of just didn't pan out the way that they wanted. And they had some time though, so it's not like they just drafted him. 3 years go by and boom, out the door. So
I just don't. Well, for me, it's weird because it came out of nowhere. But I think they should have made player moves first because they've had the same team.
well, there were murmurings about Rudy Gobert going somewhere different.
True, but like
But
I think should make player moves first, then look at the coach. That's just how I look at it. But
So, follow-up question to both y'all about that. Can you build a team around a center that is incapable of stepping out in today's game?
no,
Not
Offensively.
today's game, no, because everybody's a hybrid. Everybody.
It's going to win a championship.
right. But I feel like that makes it harder to move him. See what I'm saying? 'Cause
Yeah.
he's not going. He can't do anything.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
I mean, he's a defensive force, though. If say like the Lakers, who already has all the scoring and size, and just need a big to kind of handle around the rim.
Facts.
obviously.
But look how the Lakers played this year. They're gonna need more. They're gonna need more than just a big one.
And where do you fit his contract? Because he's a 2-time defensive player of the year. He's still relatively young. You got to pay him. So that also hurts too. Is like he's not going. I don't think.
He has to be a starter.
Yeah,
He has to be.
and right. And there's going to be a certain price tag that comes along with that. So like if you're a winning team, like what would you be willing to sacrifice in order to do that? For somebody who's going
If
to
you're a
beat
winning
you 12
team,
once again.
I guess draft picks. If you're a winning team,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? If you're not in rebuilding,
He's in what, year 8 and 9, or is he
9.
more than that? Maybe
no,
10.
I think he's
I'm
like
not
on
sure.
10, 11 now.
Yeah. So he's in. I mean, being that deep into your career, and then what he would. That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I mean, that's something we got to revisit that.
Yeah,
that's,
for
that's
sure.
a bigger topic.
For sure.
Yeah.
And we'll go with some more NBA talk on that. But man, it's been fun.
Oh, yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
I look forward to talking to you guys weekly.
Yeah.
We got some dope stuff coming with Unscripted. Got a couple of
Big
other
soon.
local hometown heroes that just finished up their high school careers that are gonna jump on. So I think this is gonna be great.
Yep.
Also remember, man, like lab work, what we're doing is this is the base of what it is, but we got a lot of stuff coming. Like we're excited about. Oh, we can talk about that. Talk about that now. We got a gym. Open runs next week. Open runs start next week. So we got
Yeah.
open runs for middle school, for high school, for girls basketball. We'll
Yeah.
put those dates out this weekend.
Yeah.
The times for next week. Man, our open run is gonna be old school. We're talking about come in, call your own fouls. You're waiting on the sideline until you get picked up. It's no buddy ball. Don't come in with 5 guys talking about this is my team.
Nope.
You're gonna pick up. You're gonna play for 8 minutes or first to 15,
Yep.
or whichever one happens first. And we're gonna keep playing because I think that what we can help do, and I think it, like we talked about them just running hand in hand, is toughness is on and off the court, right?
Mm-hmm.
So doing the tough things, like Trey and I, we had a private conversation yesterday. Like playing in that atmosphere forces you to get stops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to sit down and guard. If you want to win or stay on the court, or you can wait 3 games,
Facts,
or you can get stops. So like, I want to get that mentality back into kids on the court, and I just believe that it's going to
I just
translate.
think we need that back in the count and in this district, right? Honestly.
And my thing, like
Yeah.
some of our guys that we was running some games the other day, I usually do first to 5 all ones.
Mm-hmm.
So that way all shots have to be quality shots.
Smart,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
That'll be scoring shots
Yeah.
rather than shooting. There's a
Exactly.
difference.
But it forces you to
Yeah,
play defense too.
exactly.
So it's like it's all ones. It's like you can't just give up a 3 because you're a bad shooter.
Yeah.
Okay, you can still lose.
Right.
So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but we'll drop that. This will, we're looking forward to doing this weekly, like I said, and we can't wait
Yeah.
to see how this will progress, where we're going with it. Yeah. Oh yeah. We always gotta make sure that we do that. Make sure that you like, subscribe, all of our stuff. We're on Instagram as LabWorks Global. That's the same thing on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, everything that we've got. So we'll drop that in the video of what we're doing. But make sure that you go on and like and subscribe too. So
Stay tuned.
yeah, stay
Big facts,
tuned.
big facts.
Yeah.
Much in store. Oh, before we get out of here, NBA Finals, who we got?
Boston.
One word answers. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Boston. Boston in 6.
Don't bet against the Warriors. Warriors.
All right.
See y'all next week.
Peace.